All right. Welcome to 2 Minutes for Show here on TV Sapiencia. Of course, 2 Minutes for Show is that program we've created for young ones, teenagers, young ones between the age of 11, 10, 13, 12 to young adults of 20, 21, 22. We catch them young, we give them responsibilities, and most recently, we discuss issues that affect teenagers. And these are real issues that teenagers are going through. My name is Oma. You're very sweet on radio and TV, and I have with me here Favour. I hope you're ready for us.
Yes, I am.
I have Favour Uche Okonkwo from Save the Youth Empowerment Foundation.
Say yeah for short.
Oh ho! And Favour is fire, like fire. So today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. Of course, a lot of parents, we all know that schools are vacated, okay? If there is any school that is yet to vacate, by next week, they will be vacating. So this is, the long vacation will be starting by August. And it will run through, a lot of schools will be reopening on the 13th of September. And for these 6 weeks, 7 weeks thereabouts, children, young ones, teenagers will be at home. The question is, what will they be doing at home for these 8 weeks? What will engage them? We are so used to them being engaged by school activities. They rush out in the morning as early as 6:30, 7 a.m. and they are in school till 4 p.m. So right now that they are not going to be in school, what will engage them? How will teenagers cope? How will young people cope? How will parents cope? And what can actually the society do to ensure that these young people make the most out of these 6 or 7 weeks that they are going to be at home? That is what we are going to be discussing today on 2 Minutes for Show. Once again, Favour, glad to have you here with us.
I really want to appreciate you. Thank you. And good evening, viewers. You're welcome to the show.
And Favour has been doing quite a lot. I mean, she's been telling me, she said she's been trained by UNICEF on how to sex educate teenagers. That's part of how we're going to still tap into that part later in subsequent editions of the program. But for today, let's look at what can teenagers do? How can teenagers make the most of this long vacation? But let's start with summer. What does summer mean?
Okay, thank you. You know, when you don't know the purpose of a thing, you might not really know how to use
it. It will be abused. Abuse is imminent.
Now, talking about summer vacation, we need to trace it back. How did it start in the first place? You know, it was told in history that it started from agrarian community using their calendar. We know that during farming season, we have seed time of planting, time of harvesting. So during that time of planting, which is they try to make out time for children to take a break from school. And when they do that, they come and join their parents in the farming business. So that being as it may, I started in 1800s. That's 18th centuries. Now coming to 19th century and 20th century, we found out that children, they stay a lot in the school and they read more without much recreation.
Exactly. You know, before we came on air, we were talking about is there still PHE, physical and health education,
as a subject?
But do they still practicalize it?
That's where.
And another thing, have you noticed that schools these days, they no longer have fields where children run around? I still remember my primary school. We have a large field where we will run
for recess.
We will run till we are tired. I still remember. Play well.
Good.
I still remember in my school we'll use the grass to plait hair.
You see?
I still remember in my primary school
we are doing then.
But what the kids do during recreational period now?
I'm still talking about this summer.
Go on.
In 19th and 18th century, this man by name Henry Curtis, he's an advocate. Discovered that children, they don't have that time for recreation, and started advocating the need for such summer vacation to be instituted. And that's how we came about summer vacation. And one of the reasons why he did that was that it will be a time children will stay with their parents. It be a time they go for camps. Be a time they learn life skills. So a vacation is a period you give yourself a break. One thing is that during school calendar weeks, we have 13 weeks. These 13 weeks, the young people or children, they are loaded with school activities because they want to cover up with the curriculum and the scheme of work. Now, this break is for them to leave that academic aspect for now and try to learn something different. Yes, something different from the routine. You understand?
Break the routine.
So now, when we talk about what they will do in this period we are in, many things. We have summer camps. Summer camps is going on now. Many will be starting next week. Many are already on it. So I will advise that young people go for summer camps.
Now how do they locate these summer camps? Is it done by church, non-governmental organization, and is it free? Is it accessible?
Yes, very, very accessible. And we have religious bodies that are organizing camps now. We equally have NGOs, non-governmental organizations, that we even have well-spirited individuals. There was this doctor I met. We went for a program. My husband was the one that gave a talk in that program in a secondary school, and the radiographer came. And she distributed a flyer to us that a group of medical practitioners, they are coming to do summer camp. But that was in Nnewi. And that's this summer camp, they talked about mental health for young people.
Mental health for young people.
Good, yes.
Because, wow.
So
they actually have issues
that
parents don't understand, that it concerns their mental health.
Yes, and all this issue of drug addiction and the rest, with other things they taught the children in that summer camp. So when children go for camps, it helps them to socialize. They are not following the routine of formal education setting and structured classroom. They are in an unstructured environment, informal setting, yet learning. They bring, like all these organizations that host summer camps, they bring people from outside. They bring role models, professionals that are doing well in their careers, people that children can look up to and say, I want to be like this person. You understand? So when they bring, and they even teach them tenets of the faith, the word of God, and they do film show that relates to the children and what they go through. So that is one. The next thing young people should do in this time is volunteering. I can't stop emphasizing on volunteering. If you're a young person and you're watching me, please go and volunteer. Everything is not all about money. There is something in you need to develop. There are skills you need to acquire by just telling somebody, I want to render a selfless service. Just have me, just allow me. Don't even pay me anything. And be joyful to do it. Not the one you do today, tomorrow you begin to complain. No. So if you volunteer will help you to pick some skills and you make connection.
Now, someone that's watching will be wondering, where can they volunteer? What can they volunteer in?
Yes, you can volunteer in places like non-governmental organizations. You can volunteer in, even if a neighbor or somebody you know that is doing a worthwhile business and that person does not have anybody to help, you can volunteer in such a place and learn. Do you understand me? You can volunteer where you can pick skills, something different from where you have been before. That's in the classroom. So another thing young people should do is internship. You have parents that goes out every day to work hard and foot the bills. Then you wake up and you're sleeping. you're not doing anything. No, it's wrong. So as a young person, go and do internship with your dad or your mom. That shop, you should be the one opening it every morning. You should be the one attending to customers. At least learn the rudiments of the business, so that if your mom travel, you can handle it and handle customers well. Do you understand me? So another thing young people should do in a time like this is to learn life skills.
Okay.
You know one thing about skills? Skills are competences that an individual develops over time. So if you give yourself to something and focus on it, within time, that thing is in you already.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? So you now learn life skills that will help you navigate through life as a young person. One of them, which is important that a young person must learn, is decision making skills.
Okay.
We are in a time that our choices will tell much tomorrow. So young people need to make the right decision on time.
Yeah.
They need to learn communication skills. Develop your interpersonal skill as a young person looking at me. Because if you don't develop it, a time will come you might not be able to fit in.
Yeah.
But if you begin now to learn, read, how do you interact, your verbal and non-verbal cues, they send messages. So you try to learn in that area. Another thing is time management.
Okay.
We are in the world that social media, we can browse, chat, TikTok and the rest.
And TikTok is actually their very best. I mean,
Oh.
most of the young people that have been on this show,
Yeah.
they will tell me pump and plain that, in fact, one of them actually said something that is to the extreme. I asked them, if your phone is taken away from you, you're unable to do TikTok, what will happen to you? One of them said, I'll contemplate suicide.
Serious?
Very serious. I said, no. I said, no, that is to the extreme. He started laughing. Okay, it's to the extreme. I said, no. But for him to think in that line, that means there is a problem
Already.
There is a problem already.
That's the thing. So time management is one of the things that has been taking our time.
Yeah.
You know, you will give a child, read this book, summarize and give to me. The person might take days, but allow the person with a phone.
Oh my goodness.
Within seconds, the person has picked
goodness.
many things
Oh my
from the
goodness.
phone. So I will need to teach our children that time is money. Every successful person will tell you they don't joke with time. So our children should learn so. Then they should learn money management.
Money
Very
management.
Important. Don't be a parent that you work hard, whatever your kids need, you just give. I'm not saying you should not provide the basic needs for your children. Do. But please teach them how to manage money so that tomorrow they will be able to be accountable for whatever that is put into their hands.
Yeah.
You know? Then another thing, you know, we are talking about what young people should learn in a time like this. They should go for summer class. You know, most times we think summer class is going back to learn mathematics, English, and the rest of them.
Okay, summer class. There's summer lesson.
Summer lesson.
Okay.
The one we normally do, we are conversant with the summer lesson.
Summer lesson.
It's not that summer lesson is bad. It's not. But the only thing is that the attitude we are giving to it. Some parents will say it, I don't have time for you to start home. Just go to lesson, go to lesson, go to lesson. Understand me? As if the child is a burden. Do you understand me? But summer lesson, if a child is having problem in a particular subject, you engage such a child in summer lesson.
Okay.
If a child is going to a new class or exam class to write WAEC, junior or senior, to write common entrance, and you know the child needs to make good grades, and you are not sure of his mathematics or her mathematics capacity, you should engage such a person in extra moral lesson so that the person can pick up.
Yeah.
So in that area is okay.
Yeah.
But when you talk about summer class, send your children to where they will learn things different from
the classroom. Yeah.
Summer classes, like the person can go to a catering school, learn how to do one or two things with flour. Then the person can go to a swimming school or class. The person can go for aerobics class, where the person will be involved in gyms and exercises if the person is on the fat side, you know. Then the person can also go for computer class. We are in a digital world now. If you don't know how to operate computer, I wonder what you're doing as a young person.
There's this one that I heard. I mean, it's so coding.
Yes, coding and robotics.
Yeah.
That's artificial intelligence.
Yes.
That's the intent now.
Yeah,
so it's part of the skill to learn artificial intelligence.
It starts from 5. I think some of the advertisements that I've seen recently, 5 years to 10 years.
Yeah.
Learning coding skills.
Coding and robotics. So it's part of the artificial intelligence that a young person can get this time around. And another class a young person should be involved in is new language learning.
Okay.
If you are privileged, children picks language easily than us. We are adults, So you can expose a child to maybe to go and learn French, learn a Spanish language, just learn one other language added to what you have. These 6 weeks, you will be surprised. The child will pick something, But if you just leave them without engaging them, that is where the problem is. As we are talking about what young people will do, we are equally looking at what parents will
can do.
Parenting in our time now is not like before.
Yeah.
We are in 21st century where parenting is a demanding task and duty.
Very, very.
And you as a parent, you need to be intentional and involving. For you to engage your child means you're involving your child. So if you're engaging your child, you need to have a plan. What are you envisaging? And summer holiday should not come as emergency on us.
Yeah.
Because you know that school has a calendar. You don't just push the child back to teachers again. Teachers are doing their work. Parents should do their own. Do you understand me? So what you do, you plan. Have a goal. I want this and this to be achieved this holiday as a parent. Then you call your children and sit down. The teenagers are among them, this and this, which skill? If a child is very good in this electrical work, if anything spoils in the home, he's interested, he wants to know how they did cut which wire. That means that electrical aspect, engineering aspect, the child is gearing towards it. Send such a child to go and learn solar energy installation and the rest. Because before you know it, you're building that child towards where his or her passion is.
Yeah.
That is the thing. So when you have plan, you now begin to work towards it. It's not something children, some of them don't even know what to do. Some will say, this holiday I'll just sleep and eat and watch films. That's all.
Yeah.
They don't know any other thing. But it is we parents that will come and begin to align them properly. And it's something we would have done because holiday has started now. Is now you begin to dish out. And again, they say the adventure is part of learning. Take your children out. Let them travel. Some of our children don't even know how airport looks like. So this holiday you can take them, let them see plane. I remember when we were in secondary school, primary, we do laces and structure.
Yeah.
And most times it will
do they still do laces and structure?
I think they still do it in YX. They will tell you about airport, airplane, different parts of it, and you will be learning
the different career that has everything about it.
Yes, and we are learning, but it's better to take them to where they can see these things. Yes, let them see it and know this is how it works. Then we are talking two things here.
Yeah,
for the teenagers, for the parents.
Yes,
for the parents also. They need to know their children. We are in a situation in Nigeria that everybody, all hands on deck, let me just use the word, and you can't blame anybody. But whatever we are doing, let's still take our minds back that these children are gifts given to us, and we are caretakers to render account. We don't do anything to the detriment of their destiny. If it means you can take a leave and sacrifice a day or two to be with them, do that. They need to hear you chat with them. There are some questions I might tell you that they will not ask anybody, they want to ask you. If you don't give them that chance, some boy or one girl is out there to give them a wrong information. So what do? This is the time to educate your kids, your children. You don't leave it. Teachers will not do everything. And let me tell you, there was a time I was teaching in a school. That's a private school. And then one day a woman came. I was complaining, I brought my child to private school so that you people will teach my child and train my child. I said, Madam, wait a minute. How many hours does your child stay in this school? Count the hours and tell me. How many hours does she stay with you in the home? Don't transfer your responsibility to the teachers. Any teacher, what she's interested is to deliver the curriculum and scheme of work and complete it. Any other thing they are doing is additional to groom a child. So the main work is with parents. So you don't shy away from it. Just say, this is my responsibility, this is my task. And brace up to it. After discussing with her, she saw reasons. Say, the child stays more with you. If you're busy with your shop, you don't give her attention. If she didn't do classwork, what do you expect? Is it teacher that will come to your home and do it? No. So parents need to create time. That's where I'm going in this holiday. Create time, stay with them, discuss with them, find out their likes and dislikes. And who are their friends? Is now you do that. You don't keep waiting and waiting. Tomorrow you talk about another thing. No, it is time to involve them. Another thing in this vacation now, young people will do. I was reading something and I saw where they said that during vacation people should learn this CRP, this cardiovascular pulmonary resuscitation. So they were encouraging young people to learn it, and I saw it as an interesting thing. Because saving life is important. So if young people can learn it, medical practitioners can teach that. Red Cross can teach that. We'll learn how to do it so that in case of emergency, somebody will render a help. All these are skills that we are learning outside the classroom. Outside the classroom. There are many things one can pick in this summer. Everything depends. Talk about graphics and graphics design. You know one thing about graphics, if you're given to drawing, you have this mindset, you can draw, you can imaginative arts. Go and develop that skill. You know, because every day people are doing something with paper, they are drawing, they are printing, they are doing one or two things. You know one thing with skills that young people don't know. They don't know that skills, they are like price tag on you. Exactly. That tomorrow will speak for you and make people to pick you. It's not even our certificates. Not that certificate is not good. Get your certificate, but get more of skill. I went for a program there in Asaba one day and I met one woman, sister to this Agatha that runs Inside Out, that program. So when we were talking, she was saying something about certificates. Said, gone are the days you carry paper, you're running, you have 2-1, you have this one and that one. What can you bring to the table? What skills have you developed? That's why we are talking about developing skills, both soft skills, hard skills, digital skills. Phones, young people have phones, yet they are not making good use of it. You know, when you are given to reading, now, if you're a good reader, one is that you're versatile. Very, very versatile. But young people would think it's just read and pass exam. Let them read beyond passing exam now. What kind of books would they read? It's not every book you read. Read books on leadership. Read books on purpose. Read books on successful people that make that's profile. Profile. Yes. Look for profiles. There are people you admire. Go and read their profiles. Do you know something, Oma? Let me tell you. A young person that's passed through us in our teens church where I worship got this Mandela Fellowship. Wow! That's a huge one. I tell you, that's a huge one, my dear. I got my car for that young lady. Wow, you know, she got it. This recent one, wow, out of 10,000. You know what it young people. You know what it means? She was among the 57. I'll be 59. They selected this young lady, and still a undergraduate medical student. My goodness, you know. So she was just sharing her testimony with me and was telling. And at a point, she will travel to the US. She's already in US. You're talking about travel. She's there now. When she was as a teenager, that's secondary school, there was a time in our teens church we did a personality profile. And in that personality profile, we studied Ben Carson. That's Dr. Ben Carson. And we read this book, this Gifted Hands. So while we are discussing it with the children, kind of summary, the lady came and said that she has read all Ben Carson's book. Secondary school. You see her passion. She was reading beyond chemistry and physics and mathematics. She read about Ben Carson, wrote JAMB, cleared JAMB once, wrote WAEC, cleared WAEC once, and entered into the university. Even as undergraduate, the dean of her faculty gave her the permission to travel. Because of what? Reading. You know, in that book, Ben Carson said something about active and passive reading. Not you just browse through. Just hey, you said I'll read. I've read now, mommy. I've read now. That's not what we are talking about. We are talking about active. Your mind is in what you're doing. If you're asked question, it can come up. Answers will come up. You know. So young people, please, I beg you, read. Get good books. If you're not good with money, look for books that talks about money. Like this book, Think and Grow Rich. How can you engage your mind, critical thinking, creative thinking, to innovate something? It's now you begin to develop those things.
Exactly.
Enough of all these, you watch this, you watch that, you watch this. Those ones have made it. You make your own mark. Do you understand me? So these are some of the points that if they put
my
into
God,
work,
do you know we just have 4 minutes?
4 minutes.
I'm telling you, to the end of the program. Please, quickly, for that young person who comes from a very poor background, what can he or she do to still take advantage of this time that we're in right now? In 1 minute, please.
That's volunteering. I've said that before.
Okay.
Let them volunteer.
Okay.
If you don't have time, give your time. If you don't have money, give your time. Give your energy.
Okay.
Then there's another thing I want to bring in before we wrap it up. Talking about parents, how parents' recommendation. Let me just chip in a little advice that parents should learn to sacrifice.
Okay.
Whatever you sacrifice to get a child to be a good adult, tomorrow you will not regret it.
Okay.
Then again, I will advise that parents engage their children in studying the Word of God.
Okay.
Nothing changes a man like the Word of God. Let them sit down with their children and let them study the Word. And I recommend they start with Proverbs.
Okay.
August is around the corner. August is 31 days. Proverbs is 31 chapters. Every day, take a chapter. Tell your children, read this chapter 1. You too, as a parent, read too. When you come together, sit down, discuss it. Let your children write down the lessons they learned from that chapter 1. You do it like that. They have a book, they read chapter 1, they document. Before you know it, you will see by 31st of August, you will see transformation.
Wow.
Because they will learn something about sexual purity from Proverbs, hard work from Proverbs, association from Proverbs, fear of God from Proverbs, wisdom from Proverbs. Because of what the Word of God is what changes a person.
True.
And again, parents should learn also to assign tasks and follow up. You don't tell them read Bible. You did not read. You come back. You didn't ask again. Tomorrow you say read. They will say, our mommy is not serious. Our daddy is not serious. They will not do it again. But when you follow up, they know that you're intentional. You're involved. You have a purpose for doing it. And let them also interact and communicate. I've said that. And finally, let them pray. Do everything as everything depends on you. Then pray as if everything depends on God.
Of course, everything depends on God too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
wow. I told you that she's fire. Like fire. I was just here saying, okay. Oh, okay. Favor, you will come again. There's so much. You have a lot inside of you that young people, parents need to tap into. You come again, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for availing us of your time. I've learned so much. If this proverb you said from 1st of August to the 31st, I will task myself, sacrifice, and I ensure that I read it because I need to learn these things that you've said. I mean, thank you so much. I can never stop saying thank you. I mean, thank you. You will come again. We will still have her again on this platform. And she has said it all. How you can take advantage of this time, this 8 weeks, 7 weeks, make the most out of it. And at the end of it all, you'll be so grateful that, you took the advantage of this time. Once again, thank you so much. And thank you for watching us. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for being here on 28 Sports Show. From me, Oma, and from Favour Okonkwo from
Favour Uche Okonkwo.
Okay, from Save the
Youth Empowerment Foundation.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me. Viewers, thank you for listening.
And thank you for coming through. The next time you're going to come here, we'll deal on sex educating teenagers. I know that day I cannot hold you that day. Okay, do have a nice time and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.